Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Kaylee Bishop.
And I'm Hayden Desmond.
The City of Auburn elections were this Tuesday. The field of candidates for mayor was narrowed down to just two who will face off in a runoff election. Former City Council member Ron Anders Jr. and consultant David Hill will continue campaigning for the mayoral position. Both sat down with Eagle Eye TV to talk about their campaigns.
It's just the greatest opportunity, the greatest venue to give back to a community and a university community that has done so much for me. Keeping our citizens, our students, our families, our children safe is always has to be primary in our thoughts and minds, and obviously education. Auburn has been a community that's valued its public education system for many years now, starting with Mayor Jan Dempsey in 1980 and through her term and the terms of Mayor Bill Ham. And I will certainly advocate that we continue to support our education in this town at the highest level that we possibly can.
I think there's been a breakdown in trusting confidence in city government. There's just lots of people upset, and I think to get people to work together to move forward, you just essentially have to have that trust and confidence. One of the interesting aspects of this thus far is that I've had a lot of people call me, want to meet, have coffee, and I've gotten to meet a lot of people that I haven't met in the 10 years that I've been back here, and so this has been great. And I can assure you there are a lot of people in Auburn that want to see change in our government. And so that's been very encouraging and is very positive.
Wards 2, 4, 5, and 6 will also be decided in the runoff. The runoff will be held on October 9th.
Winners for the wards 1, 7, and 8 were decided Tuesday. Connie Fitch Taylor won Ward 1, Jay Hovey won Ward 7, and incumbent Tommy Dawson won Ward 8.
Former Alabama House Speaker Mike Hubbard's 12 felony convictions were upheld this week by the Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals. The counts relate to a series of ethics bills that Hubbard helped pass in his first session as House Speaker. Despite the latest ruling, Hubbard's attorney told Eagle Eye TV, quote, "This is the first step in the appellate process, and we will continue to pursue an ultimate reversal of the counts on which Mike Hubbard was convicted. We believe we will ultimately prevail." Hubbard has since been out on bond since being sentenced to about 4 years in the state prison during his first trial in 2016. After the break, a look at one of the university's newest hires.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
FBI agent Kelvin King will be Auburn University's next Executive Director of Campus Safety and Security. King worked for the FBI for 27 years, including 14 years in the Auburn Opelika office. Auburn President Stephen Leith said, quote, "Kelvin has extensive law enforcement experience, and he will provide outstanding leadership in keeping our campus safe. He has lived and worked in our community for much of his career and is highly respected among law enforcement agencies." King will begin in October.
Eagle Eye's Ken Ward spoke with the University Chief Operating Officer, Lieutenant General Ronald L. Burgess Jr. in his new role on campus.
The president did, as he came in and did his assessment looking across the university in terms of how he would like to organize it, in terms of making sure that the organizational construct that we had helped address his priorities in terms of where he wanted to move and what he wanted to do for the university. And so the structure that you see set up with some direct reports to him, but really with an amalgamation of some specific elements of the university underneath a senior vice president on the student affairs side, because one of the things you do not want to mess with at Auburn University, in my mind, that you only want to improve and that we are committed to, is the undergraduate student experience. So there's a great engagement with the students, with the SGA and others, with the 500 different organizations that are on this campus that are student organizations. So Bobby Woodard, I think, is doing a great job in helping us understand that and making sure we're listening and helping address some of that. And then, of course, you've got the academic side, which, of course, all the students really love, because, that's the reason you're here, is for the academic piece. And so, the provost with that, Bill Hargrave, we're ensuring that the programs that we have address not only what the students are looking for, but when they go through that, is there something there at the other end? Because you may want to study something in particular, but at the end of the day, there needs to be somebody hiring in that field. So we're trying to match up what we have in terms of what we want to address as a land-grant institution.
Burgess began working for the university in May. The full interview will air this week on eagleeyeauburn.com.
Auburn Greek Life now has open records. In an effort to increase transparency and accountability, the Office of Greek Life has released a complete list of all sanctions on all 55 Greek chapters on campus. The office will also answer any questions about incidents prior to fall 2017, the earliest report published. The conduct reports are available on the Greek website and will be published semesterly.
An Auburn student has been elected to the College Democrats of America's highest office. Calvin Wilborn is the national organization's new president after serving last year as the organization's vice president. Wilborn sat down with Eagle Eye TV earlier this year for our State of the Union show and talked about President Trump's first year in office.
Over the past year, I haven't seen all Americans put first. When you have a president that has said disparaging comments about people like John Lewis, who are icons even to me as an African American on campus, it's hard for me to honestly say him putting America first. I think he has a certain idea of certain Americans. You're talking about a president that said people on both sides during, protests with Klansmen. People on both sides they're good people on both sides. So I don't see an America First agenda for all Americans. I see America First agenda for just a particular group. I think as we move into the modern era, I think Twitter, Facebook are all great examples and all great avenues to connect with millennials. You're talking about young people on college campuses, Twitter and Facebook. I think it was so exciting when President Obama finally got Facebook.
Wilborn will represent college chapters across the nation in the coming year.
After the break, a look at Auburn's campus kitchen.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
For all the papas out there, let's stop what we're doing and take a moment. A moment to be with our kids. They can be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments, kooky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count, because every time dads take a moment to be with their kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's all take a moment to make a moment today.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Funny. Sorry, I almost killed you. You've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential, because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
Campus Kitchen is open again for the new school year. The kitchen gathers food from on-campus dining venues and packages it into meals to give to students and community members.
Auburn's Campus Kitchens helps fight hunger and food insecurity around Auburn's community with providing meals for those in need.
Rewarding to have that leadership role and know at the end of the day this is really great. We're making these meals and giving them to people.
Taking place in the kitchen of Tumor Hall on the Hill, leftover food from around campus comes together to create meals for organizations in need in our community, including Meals on Wheels and Salvation Army. The Campus Kitchens Project is a national organization that helps people receive food. On Auburn's campus, Campus Kitchens keeps growing.
So many people are being fed that wouldn't otherwise or would have more trouble finding that, and we've grown so much from the beginning. When I was a freshman, we only packaged, I would say, maybe even less than 100 meals, and now each packaging shift is almost 300 meals, and we're adding more and more organizations and places around the Auburn community.
For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Natalie Salvatore.
The Campus Kitchen is located in Tumor Hall in the Hill.
Auburn's NCAA commercial will air live on the Auburn University Facebook page this Friday at noon ahead of the Auburn vs. Washington Chick-fil-A kickoff game in Atlanta this weekend. The Tigers and the Huskies will meet in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the only matchup of opening weekend of college football that features two teams in the top 10 rankings. The game will kick off at 2:30 Central Time on ABC.
That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in with us this semester to check out our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, for all the latest Auburn headlines. I'm Kaylee Bishop.
And I'm Hayden Desmond. Thank you for joining us, and War Eagle.